Hey, I'm Will Ripley. I want to tell you how to improve your timing and your rhythm on the guitar. And it should never be overlooked because the timing and rhythm of music is really all that music is. Because I don't know if you know this, but there's only 12 notes in music. So the rest of what we're hearing is the rhythmic subdivisions and the feel and that soul behind it. So let's spin this around and let's improve our rhythm. Now, before we get too worried about our guitar timing, make sure you're in tune, okay? So you can head over to the App Store and get the Will Ripley tuner just by searching my name in the App Store. And this tuner is very accurate. It will definitely help you get in tune. So make sure to check that out before we get into this. Okay, so rhythm is important, right? And we want to get better at it. So improving your rhythm and improving your timing really depends on what that means to you. So, maybe you're talking about changing chords in time. Maybe it's just strictly like you want to go from a G to a C, in time. And I've got a video for that on changing chords, which will really, really help you. But I'm going to talk about just kind of more generally, like improving your rhythm, like your internal rhythm, okay? And so the way I explain it to my students is rhythm is kind of like a heartbeat, okay? And, each song has a heartbeat to keep it alive. And unlike our heartbeat that will fluctuate when we run or do something athletic, then a song's, generally speaking, of course, will maintain a consistent BPM or beat per minute. Or like the speed, it's like the speedometer of a song is the BPM. So we can rely on, say a drummer to do this work for us. We can just follow the drums or whatever. But if you can improve your own rhythm, this will be the separation between a mediocre guitarist and a great guitarist. Okay, is somebody that has great rhythm. Okay, and I want to show you a couple things that really help my own rhythm. Okay, and we're going to get right into it here. So, strictly playing music that is rhythmic will improve your rhythm, okay? So, look at some of those rhythmic music out there, like James Brown comes to mind immediately, blues. So basically any music that's rooted with some sort of level of funk in it is gonna be really, really great for improving your guitar timing. So one band that really, really helped me with this was Rage Against the Machine. And Tom Morello's riffs, mixed with the bass and the drums of those guys are just like, they would, just watch some live footage of Rage Against the Machine. You'll see, like at these big festivals, there'll be 60,000 people all jumping up and down at the same time. And Rage Against the Machine would joke around in interviews calling that field bouncing. They'd look out at this big field of people and they'd all be bouncing at the same time. And yeah, it's because the rhythm is just undeniable and you can't lose yourself in that music. It's just when you listen to it, we can talk about this generally with funk and everything, is that when we listen to this kind of music, we just feel it. It's just something that our bodies want to follow along to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of Rage Against the Machine's most well-known songs called Bulls on Parade. And they tuned their guitars half a step down for this, which the Will Ripley Guitar Tuner can help you with. But I'm in standard tuning, and so to play along with the song, you need to play this at the first fret. So the great thing about this song is that it's just these two notes. So it sounds like this. So what these two notes are in this riff is this note, first fret of the E string, and then third fret of the D string. Now, these notes are actually the same. They're both F notes, okay? And just so you know, they're the same because this one is an F note, so is this, but this one just sounds higher, and this one sounds lower. And what that's called is an octave, okay? So all we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this high note. So it really helps if you know the song, and it's a really, really repetitive, catchy rhythm. So it's dun, dun, down, 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 down. Okay, so we do a quick one each. And then the next time we go 1, 2, and then still only 1 on the low one, and then we do that rhythm again. And that's it, okay? But how do they make 60,000 people jump up and down at the same time? Okay? Well, that's where you have to come in and use your own internal musical heartbeat and, you know, apply it to this song. So here's the rhythm. And repeat. So what I'm doing with the right hand is I'm just going down, hop, down, down, hop, down, down, hop. Okay? And eventually what you want to do is you want to do some left hand muting, and I've got a video on that. I'll make sure to link you to it. So then you can really just like rock out with the strings. Right? So then you can rock out, play the strings harder, which makes the guitar sound better, but you're able to mute the strings, so you don't allow the strings that you're hitting, because when I hit this note, I'm hitting basically all 6 strings, but I'm only allowing 1 note to sound. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so that's the basic part of the riff, okay? And you can play it by yourself, but the most important thing and how you're actually going to get better rhythm is by playing it with Rage Against the Machine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop on this track here, and I'm going to play along with it, and I'm just going to press play and then try to hop in as quickly as I can, but I'm really going to dig into it. I'm really going to focus on the drums and the bass and just everything and try to play it as closely with Rage Against the Machine as possible. Here we go. So it's so easy, but that is the question. How do they make 60,000 people jump up and down over and over? You know, like, it's something that this band does that's really, really powerful, and we can learn from it. And here's the thing is, it's not the notes, it's the rhythm, okay? So we got, and then we switch, and all you can do is you just play a power chord. He's using a wah-wah pedal, by the way, to get that sound, but this is all he's playing is. So all I'm doing there, again, is this left hand muting, where I'm just hitting the power chord, and then I'm just lifting off my fingers so I get the chicka chicka sound. So the rhythm is. Again, another great rhythm that you can play along, and these 2 parts are side by side. So another great thing that you can do is something that I learned in music school by one of my teachers who was a bass player, and this is called putting the groove in the metronome. So thank you, Mark Spielman, for this demonstration. Okay, so we grab a metronome. Okay, we got a beat. Now here's another great thing you can do is now we want to put the groove into that ice pick. Okay, it sounds really unmusical, doesn't it? You know, like, what is that? Okay, so what about this? What if we started jamming with it? What if we put the music into that? Okay. Okay? So what I'm doing there is I'm putting the music into the beat. So that's another great exercise that will improve your rhythm and your timing, is just playing along with the metronome. You know, a lot of people are obsessed with scales and stuff with metronomes, which is also great, don't get me wrong. But this is an alternative, like a different strategy to use the metronome, where you can be freeform, you know, you can play things and just mess around with it, but you are putting the music into that.